Hello friends, welcome to the new episode of Apple Coder. So in the last episode, we looked at how to create a web browser using WebKit and Xcode and iOS 13. In this video, we will look at how to add toolbars so that the users can navigate back to the previous screen and navigate back to the previous web page. Let's dive deep. First, we will create a toolbar. So let's create a separate function which is going to return the toolbar for WebView. And then this is going to return an object of type toolbar. So now let's create a toolbar. So let's call the toolbar and then we'll specify the frame here. So we'll position it at 0, 0, and then we'll specify the width to be the entire width of the view. And for the height, let's specify it as 50. Then we need a back button in the toolbar. So let's fix this error message here, and then let's create a back button. So Apple provides some default icons, and chevron.left is the icon that we are going to use. So we create a UI image and then specify the system name as chevron.left. Next, we're going to create a UI bar button item. So here we will specify the image, and we will also specify the style, target, and action. So the image is going to be the back button image, and then the style will just go with plain, and the target is going to be self, so that when the back button is tapped, this view controller is going to receive that action. And so here we are going to specify a selector. So we need an Objective-C method here. So let's go ahead and create an Objective-C method. Let's just create a method without any actions in it, and we'll fill it out later. So here we'll specify back button tapped. So now we have created the back button. So we have to add this as a toolbar item. And we have returned the toolbar. So now we have to add this toolbar as a subview of the view. We have added the toolbar as a subview of the view, and now we have to position the web view to be below the toolbar. Since we have specified the height as 50, let's add a constant to the top anchor of the web view, and we'll specify that as 50. So now we have attached a toolbar. Let's go and check if the toolbar is displaying properly. Let's enter a web page, and then let's tap on the load web page button. So now it loads the web view, and in the top we can see that the toolbar is displayed and it has a back icon in it. All good so far. So now let's go and implement the back button functionality. Let's tap on stop. So in the back, when the back button is tapped, we are first going to check if the web view can go back on its own. In other words, if there is any navigation stack, like we go from one web page to another and then to another, we should be able to go back to the previous web pages that we have visited so far. So for that, we will check if the web view can go back. If it can go back, we'll just ask the web view to go back. Otherwise, we'll just dismiss this view controller. It is true, and then we are not interested in the completion block, so let's set it as nil. So if you are just on the Google page, let's say, and if you tap on the back button, the web view controller will dismiss itself and then it will take you back to the previous screen. And from the previous screen, you can go ahead and clear the URL and type in a new URL and then load that web page. So now let's check if the back button is getting work as expected. Let's enter the URL. Let's tap on load web page. Let's click on the search. So let's browse through some web pages. Now, if we tap on the back button, it will take us back to the previous web page, which is the search results page. And then if we tap on the back button here, it will take us back to the Google page. And if we tap on the back button here, it will dismiss itself and then it will take us back to the first view controller. So from here, you can enter a new URL and then you can tap on load web page and then you can browse websites. So that covers the session for today. So in the previous session, we learned how to create a web view. And in this session, we have learned how to add a navigation bar for navigating the web views. In the next video, we will look at how to add a text view in the toolbar so that the users can change the URL in the web view controller itself, so that they don't have to come back to the screen and then type on load URL and then tap on load web page. We will see that in the next video. Until then, catch you later.